but that's to answer your question. I don't try to give them a reality check of what the odds are of getting there and doing this. I try to provide them the reality of what it takes to get there. And it's like, are you willing to get up? And realistically, this is the way this is. If we're talking football specifically, are you willing to be the first one in the facility at 5:45, getting the weights ready, getting the racks ready, because you have your first group rolling in at 6 o'clock? Are you willing to be the first one in there at 5:30? Now, are you willing to do 2, 3, 4 strength and conditioning sessions up until practice comes along, and now you're outside for practice? And now you're coming back in and working with the other squad. Like, I don't think people realize that for you to make it in this thing, there's going to be minimum of 10 years that you are the first person in there and the last person to leave in that setting till you start to get some recognition, noticed by the other coaches. And that's the other thing. You're not necessarily being judged on your performance per se. Like, you're being judged on, well, you know, when you have, like, you're finding people that help you along your path. That's the worst thing. You can't be a great strength and conditioning coach and blaze your own path into team sports. You have to find a head coach that buys into what you're doing, believes that you have the abilities to make those changes. And now here's the thing. Guess what? You might be the best strength and conditioning coach in the country. You might have the best program, quote unquote, on paper or whatever the case is. You don't have the best athletes, or you don't have the best game plan, and your team goes 6-4 and your coaches get fired. Now you're out. Right. Not because of what you did, but again, I mean, what everybody did. You know, I don't want to sit there and take away either, but it's like that's the reality of it. Is you're going to put in so much time to get there, and it can be taken away from you like that based on the smallest things that may or may not even attribute to your actual job performance.
Yeah. And that's one of those things that, you know, there's the reality of how much time you got to put in, which, you know, a lot of people, there's Bob Alejo is logging in, which a lot of people aren't aware of. It's a lot of time. And, you know, I don't think people understand the reality of being the best.